a little bit of a so we want to give awesome information to you. This is actually one of my favorite classes. I call it cheapskate, but I am one of the reasons why I got into oils that was really intriguing that this bottle is so concentrated. When I first started using essential oils, I just used to dump them all over my body and really didn't have a clue until I went to my first class, and I learned all of them, and then all the ways that you can stretch them. So obviously essential oils are extremely concentrated, which is awesome because you can stretch them. And we're going to give you several ways to do that. And these are just things that I've learned over the years. I have 4 kids. I've been using essential oils for 8 years. So between Stacey and I, who's joining us here in a second, we're going to give you some of our favorite hacks. So first of all, in the 15 milliliter bottle, it's good to know that you have around 250 drops. It's good to know this because if you are someone that is making gifts, maybe you're making teacher gifts. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week for my kids. And so one of the days is I'm going to bring flowers to the teacher. Instead of bringing flowers, I actually made rose rollers. You could also do, I had another friend who did lavender rollers, but she had to figure out, okay, how many rollers are there? How many drops am I going to put in? So with one bottle of lavender oil, she was able to make, I think, over 25 rollers. Okay, so that was 25 gifts with one roll of oil, which is crazy. 250 drops in the big bottle. And in the 5 milliliter bottle, you're going to have about 85 drops. Just a good little tip to know, write down if you didn't already know that. Many of you guys probably got started with this premium starter kit. And so this box right here.
Rachel, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I think we're having some audio issues. It sounds like your audio might be garbled. I'm not sure if you have a microphone or something, or maybe there's something near your speaker.
Okay. Yes, I'll log in, log out. Stacey has the same script, so she can just pick up where.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes. Let me log back. All right.
Hey guys, is Rachel going to log in and out? Is that what I just heard?
Yes, that's exactly what she's going to do.
All right. So let me just pick up a little bit where Rachel left off. So we were talking about the starter kit and how that is, you know, it's probably how a lot of us got started with Young Living. And obviously it's one of the most cost-effective ways. It's your biggest bang for your buck. And there's so much you can replace in your home with a starter kit, oils, everything from air fresheners to candles, you know, all the skin lotions and potions and diaper creams and body butters and sprays and all sorts of things. You know, we could go on and on. Carpet freshener, Goo Gone, chest rubs, pain creams, linen sprays, everything in your starter kit. So just when we think about stretching our budget with essential oils, that starter kit is one of those key pieces, and that's kind of the foundation and basis for getting started in terms of getting a little bit more, you know, bang for your buck and stretching your oils. So one of the easiest ways, and one that I'm sure if you've been using oils for a while, you probably already know about, is to use your carrier oils, right? Like we have such potent and strong essential oils that go so far. Like Rachel was saying, right when I popped on, I heard her talking about making gifts and using one bottle of oil to make like so many different gifts just by putting a few drops of oil with carrier oil, making rollers and things like that. And using carrier oil doesn't lessen the effectiveness of the oil. It really, truly just stretches it for us. And obviously, you know, there are all the safety reasons we would use carrier oils anyway. So you can use carrier oils to make things like your roller bottles, skin creams, chest rubs, massage oils, lip balms, all of those things, and really stretch your essential oil stash. You know, so you could be really luxurious and use a drop of frankincense on, you know, your skin neat on your wrinkles, or you could add it to a dropper bottle of rosehip carrier oil and really stretch it. I kind of land somewhere in the middle. Like I like to take half a bottle of Frank and then add some carrier oil to it, but you don't need to use that much. You can really play around with ratios. I always think of, rose, like 1 drop of rose in a roller bottle is all you need. And you can make that bottle of rose you have last you like a decade. Or you can indulge. So there's a lot of different ways that you can stretch your oils with carriers. In terms of rollers, you can use them in so many different ways. As I was jumping on this call, I just grabbed I have this like whole little dish of rollers on my bedside, like so many rollers and sprays for all different things. So you can use them, for all different things and really stretch them. I think I have a little rose roller in here, and I know that in here is literally 1 drop of rose, and this roller will last me a really long time. And I love just rolling it on my wrist and wearing it as perfume. So you can pack those anywhere. I keep them in my bedroom, in your purse, backpacks, whatever. And then another way, like really simple, basic way to stretch your oils is to use sprays, right? Like room sprays are primarily water, a splash of vodka or witch hazel, and your essential oils. And I use room sprays for everything. I use them. I have mostly hardwood floors, but I have carpet on my stairs, and my dog just parks her butt on the landing and just lays there and stinks there. And so I'm always spraying like this purification spray on the stairs. You could do like carpet sprinkle too, but I just do that because I don't vacuum that much. But you can use room sprays in so many different ways, and that's just such a simple way to stretch your oils. So you need so little oil to make a really big impact. Okay. And you can make sprays for everything. Like you can make a throat spray, you can make cooling sprays, peppermint cooling spray. I love things that do double duty. And Rachel, I don't know if she's back on, but she's going to talk about a little bit more about this in a minute. But peppermint cooling spray is one of my favorites that does double duty, because not only can you use it to cool down in the summer, but it also doubles as a great breath spray. And you can buy 10 milliliter spritz bottles on Amazon, and you just need 1 drop of peppermint in there, and it is going to give you cooling and breath freshening for days. So really just a little bit to go a long way. And a lot of these oils that I've mentioned that I use frequently are all oils that came out of the starter kit. So that starter kit alone, you can really stretch out and really, maximize your budget. A couple tips, if you haven't realized this already, when you think your oil bottle is empty and you're like turning it over and nothing is coming out, you need to take the reducer top off, because there's more oil in there. So this pops off really easily. You can use your bottle top to do it. Just you pry it right off and then dump the rest of that. Well, you don't have to dump it anywhere, but you can dump it into some Epsom salts, right? You can make bath salts with it. The other thing you can do is when you have that orifice popped off, you could just pump your carrier oil in here, and then you can put an Aromaglide Fitment right on it, and then you have a roller of the oil that you just ran out of. So that's a really great way to stretch it. I like to do that. You can also, if you are making bath salts, with the little bits that are at the bottom of your bottles, you can separate it out into, emotional oils, respiratory oils, immune supporting oils. So you can be making different types of bath salts as you're using up your oils. I always soak and wash my bottles and bottle tops and reuse them. I had gotten quite a big stash of bottles, and I had started to recycle them. And then I moved to South Carolina where they don't recycle glass. So now I use them. I'm back to saving them and using them in more ways than ever. So I always reuse those, and oftentimes we'll upcycle them into roller bottles. And before I go on, I want to check and see, did Rachel hop back on?
Yes, I'm on. Can you
Okay,
guys
great.
hear me?
So,
is this better?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. And I think it sounds good. Rachel, I was going to kick it over to you to talk about some double duty ditties.
Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. So real quick, I know that Stacy talked about carrier oils, and I have to share with you guys one of my best mom hacks. Like this, I don't want to say I'm a lazy oiler, but I tend to take oils and just dump them. And so one of the things that I started doing this year is you guys see this, it's like a hand soap dispenser. You can get a real fancy one from TJ Maxx, like you want all white or whatever. I like clear because I like to know how much I have left. Ashley actually gifted this to me, but I go through, I'll pick them up as I see them at TJ Maxx. And so what I do, this is our bedtime one, okay? This, I fill it halfway with carrier oil because this one's a little bit big, but if you get a smaller one, you can fill it all the way. You could have a couple of these, okay? So I have one for bedtime, and this is why I do this. I have 4 kids, y'all. I could take roller bottles and roll the bottoms of their feet, but having all my kids lay down and like rolling their feet, and for me, enough of it doesn't come out. Like when I'm rubbing their feet, like I want to be like I want to see it running off their feet. Like I want to know it's getting in there. I want to be able to take the excess amount in my hands and rub it down their spines. So you're going to grab a hand soap dispenser, however cute you want it, put your carrier oil. I use grapeseed oil. And then here, guys, this is a very cost-effective oil. The Seedlings Calm is, oh, I don't have it down here. Actually, this is it. 5 milliliter bottle. It's for babies. It's for sleep. It's for relaxation. It's for skin. It's $13. It's a blend for calming and sleep. And I literally dump the entire bottle in here. You could do Gentle Baby. You could do, if you have your premium starter kit, you could do lavender. You could do frankincense. Anyways, what I do, I line my kids up, I do a squirt and I rub their feet. I'm literally like squirt, squirt, squirt. Or I'll do it down their spine. It's so much faster. In the winter, in the morning, when we're all having breakfast, I have one like this with all my immunity oils. So they're eating breakfast and I'm like, pump, pump, down the spine, pump, pump, down the spine. So this has been a game changer for me. It's quicker and it actually saves so much money. This lasts us a really long time. I mean, obviously before it goes rancid, we go through it, but that's just a quick hack I had to say. The sprays that she was talking about, and then I'll go to the double duty, I forgot what she said. I'll get to it in a second. But these spray bottles is what she was talking about. You can put these in your purse, get them from Amazon. I think these might be 3 milliliter spray bottles, but one of my favorite recipes is a drop of cinnamon and a drop of orange. Ashley made it for me before, and you fill it with distilled water and you shake it and you spray it in your mouth, and it tastes amazing. So I gifted these all through the fall to teachers, to friends, and I loved it because cinnamon is a really big immune boosting oil. You could do this with thieves. I also make these with peppermints for on-the-go peppermint sprays, but also because I will have random bouts of nausea, and so spraying my mouth with peppermint has been a huge help for that. Also, another great one in here is spearmint. 1 drop, guys, you only need 1 drop. Think about how many of these you can make. So spearmint, I have a friend that will make lots of like spearmint sprays and give them out. They make great shower gifts. Like just think of all the ways that you can use these. Okay, real quick, let's work down a little list of double duty ditties. So I don't know if you saw a recent post of the Genesis lotion. So Young Living makes lotions, and our lotions are amazing because they have oils in them, but you can also use the Genesis lotion as a hair mask. So I know since that's been circulating around, a lot of you have added that to your order. The lavender lip balm, if you are ever trying to hit like a promo with your order, maybe you just need to round up like 6 more PV points to hit a whole group of freebies in the promos. I'm pretty sure every other month I add lip balms and I have them literally all over my house, but especially in winter, we will keep like 3 of these in my car until like my kids all have them in their cup holders. And so they get really chapped lips and like that area around here. I don't know if your kids get that. They also get chapped cheeks in the winter and like chapped knuckles. And so they'll just go to town with this. In the summer, I don't keep these in the car because they'll melt, but this is a to-go carrier stick. So if I need to put oils on my kids, and it might be like a warm oil, or I don't know, like one of my kids has sensitive skin, I will put this on her skin first, then do the oil on top. And then obviously we just use it for our lips. You can also use it if I've had a sunburn, like my scalp's been sunburned before, and I've literally used the lip balm for that. I know y'all think I'm weird, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas. There's also someone on our team, after she fills in her eyebrows, she will take the lip balm and go over her eyebrows so that it's like, they're matted down and they look beautiful. It gives it like a little gloss. I mean, I'm not like a makeup girl, but she always looks amazing. Sensation massage oil. So this is a really beautiful oil. It can also double as a lubricant. So you could put it on your skin after a shower. It smells amazing. It has ylang ylang in it. Comes in a pump bottle like this, but also doubles as a lubricant. Sorry, that's a R-rated, but you know. And then one of the last things I'll share is the Thieves dish soap, guys. So I have one in my laundry room, one at my sink, all plant-based. I love this dish soap, and I will cash in my loyalty reward points for the dish soap in all the Thieves products, but I use this as a spot treatment on my laundry. So having 4 kids, lots of spots on the clothes. This is my spot treatment, and it has the thing, and so I just put it up there, rub it in. If it has to sit, then it has to sit. Obviously use it on my dishes. And then if I have any buildup in my hair, I love the clarifying shampoo that Young Living has, but if I'm in between orders, I will actually use this on my scalp, and it helps to take the residue out. I know that sounds weird, but every so often I will use this on my scalp to help clear the residue. I will type some more in the comments, and I'll go ahead and let Stacy talk about some foaming hand soap and the foaming hand soap, but I'll type everything else, all my other double duty ditties in the chat as she's moving forward.
I love your double duty ditties. That's so great. And such a good way to extend the use of your products. So the first real budget hack that I ever learned with any of the Young Living products was how to stretch your foaming hand soap. Young Living products are super concentrated. And even though they're designed to be used as is, many people, myself included, have found that you can still get great results with a slightly diluted product. And foaming hand soap is definitely one of those. So you can approach it in a couple different ways, depending on what you have available. So first, if you've used one of your foaming soap bottles, you're empty, and you order a new one, you've now got 2 bottles, one empty, one full, go ahead and just put half the full one in the empty and fill them up with water, and you've now got 2 bottles instead of 1. So you can kind of do a 2-for-1 that way when you're replacing your foaming soap. Just hang on to your empty and then split them, fill them up. The second thing you can do is you can reuse that foaming soap pump bottle, probably using just things you already have at home, right? So if you have plain Castile soap and you have, your favorite essential oil that you like to put in your foaming soap, I love using lemongrass or purification when I make my own foaming soap. You can just, fill that empty bottle about 1/3 of the way with Castile soap, add 10 to 15 drops of essential oil, and then top it off with water. And if you've got any, like vitamin E or a little bit of carrier oil on hand, you can put a pump in there to give it a little bit of a moisturizing action. And that is a fantastic foaming soap that is super, super inexpensive and a definite stretch for the budget. It is not as luxurious as your, like straight out of the box, luscious lemon foaming soap, but it works. And if you're in a situation where it's a month that you're stretching your budget, then that is a great option. Another one of the Thieves products that we all know stretches for days and days is our Thieves household cleaner, right? So you can obviously replace bottles and bottles and bottles of cleaner in your kitchen or bathroom around your home with Thieves household cleaner. For general cleaning, 1 to 2 capfuls in a 16 to 32 ounce spray bottle. That big bottle of Thieves lasts you months and months. In my house, it probably lasts like 4 or 5 months. And obviously for heavy duty cleaning, you just go a little bit stronger. And we use it on all surfaces from, floors, bathroom, mirrors, kitchen, everywhere. So I like that because you can really stretch your cleaning products. You don't really need any other cleaning products. And then another one is the Thieves laundry soap. Okay, so Thieves laundry soap is very, very concentrated, and you can use it as is, which is what I do because I only have so much DIY capacity in me. But if you have the desire, you can further dilute this down to make 3 bottles out of your 1 bottle of Thieves laundry soap. So, and I'm sure some of you probably are already doing this because it's, I've, I've seen people demonstrate how to do this frequently. And basically you just take that 1 32-ounce bottle of laundry soap, you get 3 32-ounce pump bottles, which you can get on Amazon. You're also going to want 6 capfuls of Thieves household cleaner, and then you can optionally add in some vinegar to these, depending. It's good if you have hard water. And also with the vinegar, that's something that you can use to put in your fabric softener compartment of your wash machine too. That's like the only fabric softener I use. And then I throw some oils in there to make it smell better. So all you do is you just evenly split that bottle of laundry soap across those 3 bottles, add in 2 capfuls of Thieves household cleaner per bottle, add, maybe about 3 ounces of vinegar if you're using it per bottle, and then fill it up with filtered water, gently swish them all together, and then just use 2 to 4 pumps per load of laundry. So you have just tripled the amount of laundry soap that you're getting by diluting it down a little bit. Also, one other thing to think about in the laundry room, another way to stretch your budget is by using wool dryer balls, right? Like those are, you buy them once and you use them over and over and over versus using dryer sheets, which also are just gross. So wool dryer balls are great. And what I usually do is like you could use purification on them or lavender or whatever you want, but I usually just add whatever oils I have an abundance of to my wool dryer balls. And I just leave that bottle right in my laundry room. And lately it has been citronella. I don't know what happened. Like there was some promo where I just got bottles and bottles of citronella. Maybe it was a promo during a convention month or something. And I made a lot of orders and I was just like, I have 6 bottles of citronella. And I love it on my wool dryer balls. So if you have a lot of citronella, try that and see if you like it. But I am going to send it back to Rachel. She is going to share some ways to use your oils, the Vitality oils.
All right, guys, I'll be super fast. So one of the things that I like to tell people, if you loved your frankincense in your starter kit, and maybe you're going through a month where you're wanting to try some new things, but you need frankincense again, the Vitality line is basically our line. It's a visual cue, these white labels telling you that you can ingest them. So if you have a lemon Vitality and a regular lemon, just so you know, the label's the only thing that's different, but the contents of the bottle are exactly the same. So anyways, that said, they make a frankincense Vitality. So if you can't spring for the big bottle, you can get the small bottle of frankincense. So that's one of the things that I just love to tell people if they're refilling their frankincense and they're wanting to try other things that month, but they still need their frankincense, you can get a frankincense Vitality in a smaller bottle for a smaller price. But also in the Vitality oils, you can get great oils to cook with. So I will just name a few and then I'm going to kick it back to Stacy to wrap up. But right now, if you guys like dill, I'm obsessed with the dill oil, especially this time of year as we're going into cookout season. So I put the dill oil, you have to try it in popcorn. It's in all of our groups. If you just search dill popcorn, I put it in potato salad. I put it in my deviled eggs. I put it on salmon. I put it literally in everything. I'll add it to my mayonnaise and make cucumber sandwiches for my kids. And dill is really great for blood sugar. So just research all those things. But instead of having tons of dill, unless you're growing it in your backyard or you're spending tons of money for herb, guys, the cost of herbs right now at the store it's like ridiculous. So save yourself some time and money and get bottles that you only need a few drops to cook with. Peppermint, orange, I could go on for days with tons and tons of recipes, but all the recipes are in our groups. Try cooking with your oils, especially going into the summer. Okay, Stacy, I'm gonna kick it off to you so you can wrap us up.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. So you guys, I truly, truly believe that the most cost-effective way to replace the chemical-laden toxic products in my home has been using the Subscribe to Save program, right? Like that is the best way to stretch your budget. When I started this, I did not have and even now, I do not have an endless bank account to replace everything in one fell swoop, right? So when we started this process years ago of swapping over the products in our home, we did it slowly and we did it month to month using, at the time, Essential Rewards, now Subscribe to Save. So Subscribe to Save obviously is our monthly subscription program. It is incredibly flexible with tons of upside and literally zero downside. There is no point in placing a regular cart order unless it is your second or third order of the month, because we can only place one subscription order per month, right? But when you use your add to subscription cart, you earn rewards for orders over 50 PV, and you start earning freebies at 100 PV orders. And loyalty is rewarded. So while you don't have to order every month on Subscribe to Save, if you do, the rate at which you earn increases up to 25%, which is huge. So like, when do you go spend $100 at Target and they're like running after you being like, wait, take this $25 for next time? No. But when you put it on Subscribe to Save, they do that, and you have $25 to spend later. And then obviously there are the gifts with purchase. So Young Living has their monthly promos every month, and at different order sizes, you get different free goodies, and that's cumulative. So when you place a large order, you get all the freebies and all the bonuses for, and there's additional bonuses for being on subscription for placing that as a subscription order. So between the rewards points, the monthly promos, my oily stash has grown immensely. And it's, nearly every spot in my home now is chemical free, mainly because of Subscribe to Save and the monthly promos. And we are out of time, but just to give you an idea, I won't run you through all the math, but I just looked at my April order, and I made a 300 PV order in April. And the freebies that I got were like all big bottles of oil, like lemon, peppermint, pine, purification, luscious lemon, tangerine, a bottle of Life 9, a glass ring spray bottle, all valued at over $200. So I spent $300. I got over $500 in products, plus I got $75 in points that I'll be able to use. So it's just really the biggest way to use your oils on a budget. And you don't have to always place 300 PV orders, but it's really good to think about, when you see what the promos are, like different ways you can use those promos and how you can stretch your budget. So maybe you're not placing a 300 PV order every month, but maybe some months it makes sense because you're going to be able to use all of those oils throughout the year, So just something to think about. And I think that is everything. Rachel, if you got anything to add, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're going to wrap it up so we can hop on to our next call. Thank you, everyone.